Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I'm fresh out of the therapy session with Lydia. I thought it went really well. I was able to tell her about some of the traumas that I had been through that kind of led to why I am struggling to do certain things that need to be done. And what we came to terms with, what we need to work on is regards to my stress indications levels, how I handle stress, and how I handle pressure. Those are the two things that need to be worked on, stress and pressure. If I can handle stress better and handle how I perceive pressure, I think I can overcome certain aspects of what it is that I've struggled with all my life. And so that's what we came to the conclusion of. We were talking about what it's going to take to get me to be able to show the strength that I've shown often when I have a combination of good enough support and good enough reasons to do things that I otherwise don't want to do. And when we figure out that equation, we may be able to get me into some spaces where I can make some plans that may have more or less not been able to be accomplished by way of my own wanting to do it and then not necessarily seeing things through. So I was telling her, like, the last time I was assessing doing things that I didn't want to do, I hadn't accomplished the things that I've since accomplished. You know, she was saying, what's keeping me from doing a job temporarily that I may not want to do, so that I can put myself in a position to fund certain things that will put me in a position to do what I want to do in life. And I was telling her, well, because often when I set up a plan to do something temporarily, I end up, by way of what comes naturally to me, staying too long or not doing the things necessary to do whatever it would otherwise be to get me out of the circumstances that would be planned to be temporary. So it's like, when you get those type of things under control, you can find yourself in a position and then have a plan and see it through. And so that's really what we were talking about today. Just how can we get from point A to point B? And she couldn't seem to figure out why I would say I didn't want to do certain things, and then that would be the end all be all to me not doing certain things. And the truth of the matter was, it was because of the trauma that I had yet to express to her that it took place when I was 2. Once she got that understanding, she was like, oh, that would explain so much more. I thought I had explained some of that to her at some point, but I guess I hadn't introduced to her what my traumas actually were. So now that she understands what they were, she's having a much better, greater understanding as to why I have a difficulty overriding certain things that need to be done that I do not choose to do. Why I have such a hard time doing what I need to do sometimes. So I think we made some real steps in the right direction. We got some talking points. She wants to get me to a point where I can be willing and wanting and choosing to do certain things. And I told her, I was like, you know, one part of this that is very important is how I handle responding to these circumstances as it pertains to, well, you ask me, what do I think would help me get to a point where I'm ready to do those things, and would I be open to working later on? And I told her, I was like, you know, one of the things I want to get better at is responding in a way that reflects the actions that I intend. I don't want to just tell you I want to do that to please what it is that I think you want to hear. I want to do it. I want to get to a point where I actually want to do it. And so I can sit here and tell you what I believe you want to hear, but I'm not here to do that. I'm here to actually help myself. So that's something I had to be very honest with her about. It's like, I could tell you I want to do all this, but I don't want to do none of that, like, at all. But I think that's the point, is to get to a point where I do want to do those things. And so, you know, I thought that was a breakthrough as well, to help her get a little understanding of who I am. Because it's like, I don't want to let you down, but I think the only real way to let you down is to not let you in. And so as I would handle other people that way, my grandfather, my mother, why don't you just go down? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I can do that. I ain't gonna do it because I don't actually want to do it. But that I don't want to do it is not something that I'm satisfied with, and that's why I'm here. So, you know, that's really what it was, man. Just coming to a point where I can responsibly express to her exactly how I was assessing all of it.
Good job today, sir.
Okay. And then from there, put myself in a position to start addressing the reasons why all of that is as it is. and then breaking it down in such a way that allows for it to change. So that's really what it's about, man. Positive change, trying to get to a point where I'm doing the things necessary to take care of each and every incremental step that's going to get me where I want to be, and not putting myself in a position to continue kicking the can down the road as it pertains to same old patterns that don't lead to much of anything at all. So yeah, man, we got somewhere. Now it's time for me to go somewhere else. I gotta go grocery shopping. BDF 44, thank y'all for watching.